Okay, class, so EMS system, we're going to talk about scope of practice and what the scope of practice is. Jot this down. Scope of practice means national model defining scope of care for all levels of EMS training. So what does that mean? Does anybody have an idea of what it means? Okay, you guys are learning EMR right now, emergency medical responder. Then there's EMT, emergency medical technician, and then you have paramedic. I'm a paramedic, you guys are learning EMR. So there's certain rules and regulations that I need to follow. As an EMR, you guys are allowed to pretty much do first aid care, CPR once you're going to learn CPR. So what is first aid care? Does anybody have a first aid box at home? Right? Who has a first aid box at home? What do you have in there? Band-aids, what else? Yeah, some cleaning, something to clean a cut. It's the basics of basics, right? It's your bandages, your wound cleaning, maybe a splint. Okay, you can use that. And if somebody is in cardiac arrest, not breathing, you're able to do CPR. Okay, and we're gonna talk later about doing CPR outside, about the laws that protect you from being sued. Okay, now as a paramedic, there's certain things that I can do that fall in my scope of practice. I can do IVs, I can administer certain medications, and other advanced airway things. As an EMT, you're not allowed to start IVs. Okay. You're not allowed to push certain meds. You can help draw up medication, but you can't do that. So if an EMT started an IV, would they be inside their scope of practice? No, right? So that's the breakdown, what the definition is of scope of practice. There's rules and regulations that you need to fall into, okay? If I'm outside and working as a paramedic, I'm not a trauma surgeon, right? It's not in my scope of practice to amputate somebody's arm or leg, is it? No, it's not. Okay. You guys have that written down? Can I move on? Yes, sir. No, just the first one, the scope of practice. I want you guys to jot that. All right, EMS system. Members of EMS systems are trained, like we just talked about, in first aid care. The emergency medical responder, I was just talking about, first aid care, who helps EMTs at emergency scenes. So you can assist, okay? You can assist with wound care. You can assist with bandaging, splinting. Go ahead and jot down, just jot down EMR, what it stands for, which you should already know. Emergency medical responder.
So even if like you're not a firefighter or something, you can still go help?
If you're not a firefighter, what do you
Like if you're just like a regular person walking, but you have your...
I mean, sure, if you see something happen, you know, you can go up and try to help somebody, assist them. But you know, you can't sit there, even as a paramedic, if I'm on my day off, right? Not that I carry something, but it's not like, say I had an IV set up with me, but I'm on my day off and I see somebody, I can't go over there and just start an IV on somebody. I need to be working under what we call a medical director and working for somebody. Even though I have the license, I still just can't go up and start an IV on somebody on the sidewalk just because I have that license. Okay. Yes, sir.
You can still do CPR.
Absolutely, you can still do CPR if you need to. Look, we want to help people, right, guys? And a lot of people are scared to help people because they're afraid of getting sued. Okay, and later on in the chapter and in the year, you're going to learn this what's called the Good Samaritan law. You're going to learn that there's laws that protect you out there from being sued for helping somebody. So say you go to do CPR on somebody and you fracture a rib, which can happen, especially on a frail elderly person. It's very common. This law helps protect you from being sued. Well, we'll get into that. We'll get into that later on. Okay. You have the EMS system. You have different models of the EMS system. You have fire-based, which is what myself and the rest of the instructors here are in. Right. Fire-based is it's operated by the local fire department. So if you call 911, who's going to come? The fire department. Whether it's the engine company or the rescue slash paramedic ambulance. But we also have paramedics on the engines that do the exact same thing, that have the exact same equipment and medication. The only difference is what? Yes, sir? Bob?